I'm with Mike Grindle and John Brill. And Mike and John, you two guys met each other at an autocycle rally.
Yeah, we met in 2011 at the fly-in cruise-in here in Marion, Indiana. And we had talked a couple times on the phone before that John was looking to find one of these autocycles, and I've worked on many of them. So that's where we first met at, and it just turned out to be a great thing. We worked out a deal that we're part owners on this one here. He paid the money to buy it, and myself and my son and John even helped a lot on it too, and my wife and my other son. And we, in 1 year's time, built this thing to look just like the F-104 fighter jet. And it's been one of the greatest things. I always wanted to build one in honor of my dad, and John came in here kind of as my second dad, and it's really turned into something great. We've had it at quite a few places. And
the interesting thing about these autocycles is you see them in their original format, the way they were built, and also you see several custom ones. And John, you're Air Force retired. You flew a number of airplanes. You met Mike, and what does this 104 mean to you?
Well, actually, Ray, I found out about Mike. I didn't know him from Adam, and I think you gave me his name. So I called him up, and I said, I'm going to come up to this air show, and I wondered if there's one on the trailers for sale. Now, another thing that's really unusual, two guys, total strangers, can meet, go through building up one of these things, and not cuss each other out and remain friends, and we're still real good friends.
That's wonderful, John. And John, you know, you are working real hard for veterans, and now you guys take this autocycle around, and you've been in some veterans parades. What are people saying when they see this?
Well, they're really awed, Ray. When they see this, they come up, they want to touch it and look at it and take pictures of it. There are probably 10,000 pictures taken of this thing. And also, we've been in the Noblesville parade, and we're in the Carmel parade. Carmel parade is quite large.
This particular model, you always like that design.
Well, this F-104, right there, F-104 was the first fighter jet that would accelerate going straight up. It's got a whale of an engine in it. Now it's lower altitudes. As you get to higher altitudes, it wouldn't do that. I thought it was one of the neatest jets. Now, I have about 10,000 hours, but that includes military and civilian. And my big plane was the F-86, but I just thought this looked so much better than an F-86, so I encouraged Mike, let's make a 104 out of this thing, and I gave him a model. And he made it after that model. I gave him a little bitty model about 4 inches long. Did a whale of a job, didn't he?
The modifications you made, it really is a standard autocycle made in Owasso, Michigan. This is serial number 265 of 350 made, probably built somewhere in, 1988 or something like that?
yeah, ours is actually the 87 Pulse Autocycle, and we found the motor in it is actually either an 80 or an 81 Honda Goldwing 1000. And in the time of doing it, I had to have it to a mechanic, and he had to put new carburetors on it and go through the motor. And then my son and I have done most of the wiring to it. And just like on the back of it, this piece right here is actually, we took one of the trash cans from the shop and put wax over it, and then fiberglassed it, and then build it into the back of the Pulse here to make it look like that, and then just build a framework.
Well, Mike, you're a full-time body man. You own a business, Mike's Magic Body and Paint Repair, right in Marion. You do a lot of fiberglass work anyway, but that's what this body is. It's all fiberglass.
An aluminum framework with fiberglass material over it, and the same way with the nose. The nose, we actually used an old pool cue that screwed in for the tip and then wrapped it with fiberglass, and just used things around that we had, because I used to work at a place that we built Trojan yachts, and I learned all that fiberglassing, and I know how to build just about anything. That
If you look at that empennage there, that vertical stabilizer and horizontal stabilizer, Mike built that up out of thin air, and he called me up down in Noblesville and said, hey, come up, take a look at this, see what you think. Well, I came up, and what he patterned it after was something about as big as your thumbnail, and he made it very technically correct, did one excellent job.
you don't do it for money, that's for sure. You do it for something that you enjoy and for meeting the people that you get to meet out of these. That it's just been a blast for me, I know that.
John, we want to thank you for your service. For one, just incredible.
Well, thank you for thanking me.
We appreciate that. Tell me a little bit about your career. How long were you in?
Well, I was in a total array of 22 years. That includes the Air Force and the Indiana Air National Guard. I started out training in aircraft, a T-6, 130 hours. We went to a T-28 for 60 hours. Then they put us into jet two-seat F-80s, T-33s for another 60 hours, and we were Air Force pilots. We thought we knew a lot, but we didn't know very much.
Mike, what's interesting to me is the markings on you and John's Autocycle. A lot of them have meanings, and some of them were a surprise even to you.
Yeah, on the numbers and stuff, John's the one, being an ex-pilot, that he knew what the Air Force uses for the insignias for the F-104 is FG, and that's the Air Force insignia for the F-104 fighter. Well, FG just happened to be my dad's initials, Fred Grindle, and I thought, as soon as I heard that from John, I just said this thing was really meant to be.
We're looking forward to seeing you guys, this beautiful Autocycle, and you at this year's Fly-In Cruise-In and Autocycle Rally.